of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place me ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize, Creole and Garifuna.
I see people who are supposed to be senior people in the church just deciding to walk away. And I ask the simple question, walk away to what? Why would someone leave the church to go back into the world? The Bible says in the book of Hebrews, it's like a dog returning to its vomit. You can remember all the testimonies people used to give and how they're glad that God has done this and that and the next for them. Now, to turn your hearts away from the Lord is really and truly a mind-boggling activity. How, when, and where? Don't pin these things on your leaders, saying because of my pastor, because of people in the church. No, 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 no. They have always had people who were imperfect in those positions. And if you believe that your position is more perfect than theirs, then stick around and help the others who are having difficulty. As you look at this passage of scripture in my mind, that's what comes to mind. Haggai chapter 1 from verse 2 says, the Lord of armies says this, these people say, the time has not come for the house of the Lord to be rebuilt. Now, who are these people? It's the people who came back out of exile, out of captivity, and were back in the land. They were happily going about building their own homes, as people are doing today. People are building their own homes, but they have forgotten the house of the Lord. God gives us stern warning about that as we go further. We cannot prioritize ourselves over the Lord. We cannot, we should not. The word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. It is a time for you yourselves to live in your panel homes whilst this house lies in ruin. God is asking, so whilst you living in your good house, good night house, you leave my house in ruins? That's what God is asking. That's what God is saying. Many people don't want to build a church, which is the house of the Lord today. It is God's people to go after the lost, to seek the lost, and to bring them to a place where they can see our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. People don't want to do that. People get bogged down with material things. People get done with personality. People get done with many things that have nothing to do with the things of God. But they use those things to make decisions that will impact those who are part of the family of God. That is of concern. That's what we're talking about this morning. Now the Lord of armies says this, think carefully about your ways. And you will see that this is repeated more than once. Think carefully about your ways. And then God gives some examples. He says, you have planted much, but harvested little. You plant a lot, but you harvest a little bit. You eat, but never have enough to be satisfied. In other words, you're doing things that you think should have been the benefit of the actions that you're taking. But if you notice carefully, you will see that those are not working out at all. You never have enough to be satisfied. You drink, but never have enough to be happy. Never have enough to be happy. You put on clothes, but never have enough to get warm. The wage earner puts his wages in a bag with a hole in it. This prophecy is not the first of its kind that I've heard in the scriptures. Because in the book of Micah, this very thing is repeated almost to the letter. So he's telling these people that you are doing all of what you're doing, and you see it's not working out. And he's telling them why. Because you have forgotten to build the house of the Lord. That's the problem. You have forgotten to build the house of the Lord. It says, the Lord of armies says this: think carefully about your ways. And see, it's talking about how you set your heart. And the same thing was said in verse 5. He's saying it again in verse 7. In other words, God is calling men. God is calling out to you and I to think carefully. Not to think about our ways, but to think carefully about our ways. So go up into the hills, bring down lumber, and build a house. In other words, God wants to be priority. Says he wants to be priority. He's telling these people, you have done X, Y, and Z for yourselves. It's not working out. So he's calling on them to have priority in regards to his activities. And that's why I say first, how can people be walking away from the church, walking away from God, and giving excuses that try to shift the blame on somebody else? That won't work. Oh, you don't know that man that my pastor. Oh, you don't know the lady that my pastor. Oh, you don't know that congregation. All of a sudden, everybody gets wicked around you except you. He says, build my house, and I will be glad. Today, the amount of people who are walking away from church is concerning. It's concerning. It's as if those people are getting tired of God. Because as the God told Moses, it's not you they're rejecting, it's me. So it's not us, the pastors, nor the congregation. Because the issues that are cited have been in your current congregation have also been highlighted. Stepping away from the church is not a reason, or is not an option that people should have. We are to be kingdom builders. Think carefully about your ways. I repeat, the will of the Lord is not to bring down his home, but to build it up.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna.
When working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Screws affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Screws Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Hello Bemapan, welcome back to the second segment in this series of the Trade License Act 2024. I'm Councillor Chris Enriquez, and today we'll be discussing your business productive footprint and how it impacts your trade license fee. Let's break it down. Your business's productive footprint is the square footage of the area where your operations are conducted. It excludes common spaces such as agricultural lands, lobbies, restrooms, stairways, parking lots, storerooms, and shared hallways, unless they are used for profit. Your business falls under an economic classification based on your business type. This classification, as well as your zone, will further determine the rate applied to your business.
Hi, I'm Lauren Milton. I'm the Evaluation Manager here at the Belmopan City Council. I know a lot of people keep wondering what we're measuring when we visit their business. So let's take a closer look at what productive footprint looks like for the different types of businesses. As you can see, we measure the area used for business purposes only. This includes retail space, dining areas, or workspaces. For example, here's how the productive footprint is calculated for a coffee shop, a supermarket, and an office space, specifically an accounting firm. Let's take a coffee shop for instance. Here we see the kitchen, the bar, and the dining areas as productive space. What's noteworthy here is that a restaurant and an ice cream parlor has similar productive space as a coffee shop. Next, we have a supermarket. For this business, we measure the entire retail floor, including aisles, checkout counters, and display areas. The storerooms and employee break areas are excluded since they are not used to generate direct sales. Lastly, we look at an accounting firm office. The productive footprint here includes the client reception, conference rooms, and workspaces where the business's services are provided. Excluded are areas like break rooms, restrooms, kitchen, and non-operational storage. As you can see, productive footprint is the usable square footage where your business is conducted. This excludes common areas like lobbies, restrooms, and parking spaces, except in cases where these areas are used for profit. Remember, productive footprint looks different for different businesses, so be sure to accurately measure your premise to ensure your fees reflect your footprint. It is important to note that Schedule 8 of the Trade Licensing Act sets fixed trade license fees for specific classifications such as traveling professionals and auto dealers.
Knowing your economic classification and accurately measuring your productive footprint isn't the only factor in your trade license process. You must also consider that there are 4 municipal zones and that your business is located in one of them. Each zone has a different guideline that will affect the rate applied to your trade license fee. As a reminder, the new Trade License Act takes effect on January 1st, 2025. Businesses without a trade license by then are subject to penalties and fees. So we encourage everyone to apply early before the deadline, December 31st, 2024. Stay tuned to our next segment where we will answer your key questions. Thank you for watching, and let's build a prosperous Belmopan together.
Pletz Home Builders is the largest house building company in Belize. Pletz combines the best skilled workers, high-grade materials, and the latest technology to produce the highest quality wooden residential structures. Request any size, color, and the home layout you want. Choose from hardwood or painted metal outer walls. Pletz can modify any of their existing house plans to your satisfaction, complete with all the installation services you need anywhere in the country, including ambergris key. They can also lift your house to your desired height up to 9 feet. From properly treated and cured lumber to quality sidings and floorings, let Pletz Home Builders give your home the finish you need. For prices or questions, call 823-0398 or go to www.pletzhomebuilders.com. Pletz Home Builders, we build to suit your needs.
It is truly an honor to join everyone here today for the final forum of the Engaging Men and Boys to Advance Gender Equality and Help Prevent Gender-Based Violence project.
And so I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the office of this special envoy in including males in this conversation of domestic violence. because often we know that this has been a taboo subject. We don't want to discuss it publicly, but I think that with the work that is going on through the Office of the Special Envoy, we have to debate it, we have to give it the public discourse that it so requires.
We are here because we must confront hard truths. Domestic violence is rampant in our communities, and it must end. Attitudes can change, that cultural traditions that are harmful can change. We don't have to stick to them because they were passed on to us.
This 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, your Belize City Council has taken early and decisive action to help mitigate the impacts of flooding. While our works and sanitation teams have long been preparing, this year we expanded our efforts through the CIMO Flood Mitigation Cleanup Campaign, allowing us to simultaneously target 6 flood-prone zones with enhanced coordination and additional manpower. This effort included clearing drains, removing debris, flushing critical points with vacuum trucks, and raising awareness on both sanitation and disaster preparedness in the Freetown Road, Queen Street, Dean Street, King Street, Berkeley Street, and Pound Yard areas.
Most of Belize City lies at or below sea level, which means that flooding is not always avoidable. But with the right planning and participation, its impact can be reduced.
While our efforts have prioritized these high-risk zones, we want to reassure residents that drainage works are also being carried out across other parts of the city as part of our ongoing maintenance plan.
We understand the risks that come with every hurricane season. That's why we've taken a proactive approach, investing in real underground work to keep our residents safe. This is more than a seasonal response. It's part of our broader flood mitigation and disaster readiness strategy. Because building a safe, resilient city is a year-round commitment.
Our approach is targeted. We have mapped high-risk areas and are clearing them systematically. This isn't just storm prep, it's essential city maintenance.
We've seen the damage that flooding can cause. We've seen that preparation matters. When both residents and council do their part, we make Belize City better prepared for whatever the season brings.
Beyond infrastructure, this is a call to civic responsibility. We're encouraging residents to work with us.
I know that the rainy season is about to come, and whenever it rains, this whole area, the water stuck and stay here because the drain clog, and all the water need is a little path for it to run to find a way out. So I realize the people that don't take care right. I try to at least find a way for the water run out because it affect me tremendously.
Help keep drains clear, dispose of waste properly, and stay alert as we navigate the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season together.
Each and everyone aware that owns a property and have a property, we should maintain the drainage. We should maintain our yard, you know, that's basic.
And I said nothing wrong in maintaining the yard. We get up every day for grass. I pick up, I keep my rake, I keep my stone there in order. We're hard in that.
Mitigation starts at home. Every household should be ready. Know where your nearest shelter is. Help to keep the drains around your property clear. Prepare an emergency kit and make sure your family knows what to do. These simple steps can help reduce the risk during any weather events this season.
Remember, stay current with information being shared by our CIMO unit, NEMO, and the Belize Meteorological Service.
Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builder's Hardware with our happy sale. from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Cyber Realty and Development is the leader in providing solutions to the current land crisis in Belize. For homeowners and investors alike, Cyber Realty is offering special deals on half-acre parcels in its new Emery Village development. Enjoy prime land off mile 37 on the George Price Highway at an unbeatable price. All you need is the initial down payment of $275 Belize dollars. Take advantage and reserve your half-acre home sites today. Emery Village. Join the community. Invest in your future.
Blessed Gardens is servicing home gardens across the country from the nation's capital and helping Belizeans reconnect with nature. We have everything you need for your home garden, so get growing. We have various types of soils: fortified soil, composted soil, potting soil, and pure compost for your garden. We have quality seeds and over 65 varieties of food seedlings for your garden. We even have organic insecticides available, EM soil treatment, and Polyshade for your excessive sun or rain. Blessed Gardens has all your garden solution in one location. Call 610-5679. Visit us at the Belmopan Market Plaza or enjoy our free deliveries across the country. Blessed Gardens. Get growing, Belize.
Do you enjoy learning and wanting to know more about Christ your Savior? Then join Phil Sanders in Search of the Lord's Ways every Sunday 7:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. on PlusTV for half an hour of beautiful hymns and Bible messages. Messages are repeated on Tuesdays at 1:30 and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. Search in the Word for God's will. Know more and do more for the God we love. In Search of the Lord's Ways with Phil Sanders.
of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, land of the
Good
islands
morning,
and
ladies, and
keys.
welcome to another edition of Rise and Shine. It's a beautiful day, and today is Tuesday, November the 25th. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live this beautiful morning. Kerm Timbrell is supposed to join me because it's Tuesday. He's not here yet. He will be in the next segment, and we are really expecting guests for this first segment. They have not shown up as yet, but we're still hopeful that they will be able to be here. With that, we're going to start off with our weather report, because you need to know what the day is going to look like as you plan the things that you need to do for today. So let's start with that. The morning forecast, the general situation calls for relatively moist and somewhat unstable conditions to prevail. For the next 24-hour forecast, you can expect sunny with cloudy spells today, cloudy at times tonight. A few showers with low chance of isolated thunderstorms will likely occur mostly over the north and central parts today. Then mainly over the southern and coastal areas tonight. All right, so what you are seeing there is the current temperature that as of 6 a.m. this morning from the weather station. But as it relates to the highs for today, you can expect 86 degrees as the high and 70 degrees as the low. You can expect on the coast 85 degrees as the high and 76 as the low, and in the hills you can expect 78 degrees as the high with 67 as the low. The outlook for Wednesday and Wednesday night, skies will be cloudy at times. There are few showers and possible isolated thunderstorms likely occurring across the country on Wednesday, especially along the coast. Then a few showers and isolated thunderstorms are possibly most over coastal areas Wednesday night. Elsewhere, showers will be isolated. So those are the weather conditions across the country of Belize. So you will see a little as we move from Wednesday through to Saturday, you can see slight increases of rain that is to come. So that gives you an idea of what's happening in our beautiful country. Now let's take a look then at some of the issues that we are looking at today. First and foremost, the case at the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, is moving forward. And we know, we were very aware of the referendum, because the referendum that was held, yes or no to the ICJ, was well publicized. The government said they spent millions of dollars on that referendum promotion, and there were certainly fora held across the country of Belize. All of these meetings were held so that Belizeans could ask the experts questions. We know, you know, that the government was pushing a yes position. So the government of Belize, the then Dean Barrow administration, did not put it out to Belizeans and have us say yes or no. Instead, they put their money behind the yes position to take the case to the ICJ. The border that we had with Guatemala became an adjacency zone. And in that adjacency zone, we clearly moved from a line to an area. And within that area, Benke still existed, Melchor still existed, and towards the south, a couple other villages that are within that zone. Over the years, while we waited for the oral presentations, because it starts with written presentations where submissions are made to the ICJ just by virtue of documents. During that period of time, there were multiple encroachments into the Belize territory. Belize has never gone into Guatemala except maybe what Budna was doing with kidnapping and as a Belizean creating problems, criminal activity in Guatemala. But by far and large, the Belizean people have always been a peaceful and respectful people. But Guatemalan ranchers kept expanding primarily into the Chiquibul area, and you can even see some of those incursions from space. And the OAS, which was responsible to oversee the peaceful period of time when the border became an adjacency zone, that they were supposed to keep the peace and keep at least everything in situ, on location, without any kind of expansions. Well, we also know that separate from incursions by Guatemalans into the Chiquibul, we also had the clashes in the south as it relates to the island of Sarstoon. The Sarstoon Island, you have the Sarstoon River that makes that, which is the southern border for us. That Sarstoon River, then there's right at the mouth of the Sarstoon River, if you Google it, you will see that the river branches north and south as it goes around that island, and then it opens up into the Caribbean Sea. And so the traditional international way of seeing a river as being a border, you would place the line in the center of that river. And so you would come down and you would cut through the center of the river and go out to the sea. An invisible line. While from a map you could say that the border would be the Sarstoon River, you would go to halfway in that river to demarcate the actual GPS locations. Well, if that were so, then Belizeans would claim that the Sarstoon River, which is slightly towards the northern side, would be ours. Guatemala, however, claims that the entire river is theirs and that the line of demarcation starts on the bank of the Sarstoon, which places for them the entire Sarstoon Island on their side of the map. You would note also that Belizeans, BTV, the Belize Territorial Volunteers, would travel to and from the island from time to time to plant Belizean flags on it, and Guatemala would do the same, would take them down, etc. And that has been a conflict. Thank God, only the first time it was a conflict to the extent where Belizeans were detained over on the Guatemala side. It almost created an international incident. Negotiations and cooler heads prevailed, and those Belizeans were allowed to come back over into Belize. Since then, as I said, there have been confrontations, but nothing serious. It could escalate. Well, that has been the scenario over the period of time since we went to referendum. But then, all of a sudden, Honduras staked a claim Honduras stakes a claim. I don't know if we could open Google Earth and we could take a look at the southern part of the country of Belize, because Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras, we are neighbors, and particularly in the south of Belize, we have this small area, especially in the territorial waters, where the Sapodilla Keys, right, the Ranguana, Sapodilla, this small set of keys are claimed by Belize, claimed by Guatemala, and claimed by Honduras, where Honduras says they went to the ICJ, and because Belize and Guatemala are already at the ICJ, Honduras put in a request for a territorial dispute. Now, when Belize was arguing, when Belize was getting ready to have its referendum in the educational process, Honduras was not an issue. The Honduran issue did not come up, as far as I could recall. Now, certainly, those persons who were against the yes, the no to the ICJ campaign, I could recall that they were the ones who said that there is a possibility that if we open up this situation for dialogue, that Honduras would be interested. Now, let's go down, if we could go and zoom in to the southern part of Belize, you would see where Belize, Guatemala, and then you have Honduras. Yeah, let's go in. Let's go in. Correct. All right. So you see that space that juts out. Go in the next direction for me, please. Thank you very much. So you can see Puerto Barrios. No, don't zoom out, zoom in. We don't want to come from, we want to go in. Right to that, right, wait, then go up a little bit. Thank you. All right. All right. See, so that city at the bottom, right down there, is Puerto Barrios. And Puerto Barrios is still in Guatemala. There is also Livingston above it. Garifuna called that La Buga. And then on the Belize side, you can see Barranco. You see Barranco. Now, there are a range of keys, because the part that juts out is going to be going to be Honduras. And so could we zoom in some more, and we're going to try to find these range of keys that are right at the top. You will see where you see, all right, now go up. We are in the Bay of Honduras. We see the Barranco Bay for Barranco. Up, go up more, right there. Go into that little area there. Right, where those keys are. We're going into the keys, correct. And you will see that you have these islands, all right, that are in dispute. So that is what is happening right now, because Honduras put in a file. Honduras put in a file to say that these islands belong to her and not to Belize. And then Guatemala and Belize already had their case in the court, looking at what belongs to Belize and what belongs to Guatemala. So you see how it says Calles, go in, Calles de Isabal. Let's go into that little area right there. Yeah, that's the area we're going into. Go in. Let's see if another picture begins to come up by satellite. Yeah, via satellite. Correct. All right, you see, so Okay, very good. So you can see that there are some features. Let's zoom back out, and you can see that there are certain features. And let's look at the other little keys that are there as well too, right to the other side. See there, you have these keys that are there. Now, there was, if you remember, Belizeans have really fought with their own government, over these keys, because there was a heads of agreement sometime in 1981 when there was a language in the heads of agreement which talk about use and enjoyment of these islands by Guatemala. People who live in the south, like Will Mejia, will tell you that Guatemalans and Hondurans use these keys at will, that the BDF or the Coast Guard, when they do patrol these areas, you have huge yachts from Guatemala and huge yachts from Honduras that just come park. They use it indeed. You know, so Belizeans, for the heads of agreement, we quarrel and we say no, right? We don't want that, but none of we live there. So it's like the heads of agreement, in a sense, is still in effect, one piece at a time. Because even though Belizeans don't like when this happens, when Belizeans don't like that this happens, but when it happens, Belizeans are not there to see that it happens. And so today, today, Belize will make its oral argument, because yesterday, Honduras, Guatemala made their arguments. And Guatemala is saying that Honduras now have nothing to do with this, because when the primary treaties and so on were written up, that Honduras didn't say anything. They were quiet. And then only recently, Honduras began to quarrel. So I guess the Guatemala argument is with Belize, saying that it's not for Honduras. So there are two countries saying it's not for Honduras, which is Belize and Guatemala. But then, why is Guatemala saying it's not for Honduras? Because they are saying it's for them. It's not for Belize. And so today, Belize's arguments are going to be entered. And the ICJ is not like the courts of Belize or even our CCJ, because the way the International Court works is that there are multiple judges. I didn't look it up to see if it's 9 or 13, but there are quite a few judges that listen, and a decision is going to be made based on whether or not Honduras. I don't know how they're going to determine this one, because Belizeans, we say these islands are ours, Guatemala say it belongs to them, and then Honduras say it belongs to them. So how will the judges rule? How will the judges rule? And this is the beginning now of judges, because that's what we did as a country. We took our entire country and then put it in the hands of international judges and say, you decide what is Belize and what is not Belize. And so that was what Belizeans decided in the referendum. So here we are, where a group of international judges will now tell us what is Belize and what is not Belize. So, and that's just the three keys. After that, they will do it for the land. We'll take a break, and when we return, our guests are here. So let's find out what are the best buys coming up to Christmas, and particularly this weekend. We'll be right back watching Rise and Shine on PlusTV.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love it, sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love it, sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace.
When working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Screws affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Screws Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Hello Bemapan, welcome back to the second segment in this series of the Trade License Act 2024. I'm Councillor Chris Enriquez, and today we'll be discussing your business productive footprint and how it impacts your trade license fee. Let's break it down. Your business's productive footprint is the square footage of the area where your operations are conducted. It excludes common spaces such as agricultural lands, lobbies, restrooms, stairways, parking lots, storerooms, and shared hallways, unless they are used for profit. Your business falls under an economic classification based on your business type. This classification, as well as your zone, will further determine the rate applied to your business.
Hi, I'm Lauren Milton. I'm the Evaluation Manager here at Bemapan City Council. I know a lot of people keep wondering what we're measuring when we visit their business, so let's take a closer look at what productive footprint looks like for the different types of businesses. As you can see, we measure the area used for business purposes only. This includes retail space, dining areas, or workspaces. For example, here's how the productive footprint is calculated for a coffee shop, a supermarket, and an office space, specifically an accounting firm. Let's take a coffee shop for instance. Here we see the kitchen, the bar, and the dining areas as productive space. What's noteworthy here is that a restaurant and an ice cream parlor has similar productive space as a coffee shop. Next, we have a supermarket. For this business, we measure the entire retail floor, including aisles, checkout counters, and display areas. The storerooms and employee break areas are excluded since they are not used to generate direct sales. Lastly, we look at an accounting firm office. The productive footprint here includes the client reception, conference rooms, and workspaces where the business's services are provided. Excluded are areas like break rooms, restrooms, kitchen, and non-operational storage. As you can see, productive footprint is the usable square footage where your business is conducted. This excludes common areas like lobbies, restrooms, and parking spaces, except in cases where these areas are used for profit. Remember, productive footprint looks different for different businesses, so be sure to accurately measure your premise to ensure your fees reflect your footprint. It is important to note that Schedule 8 of the Trade Licensing Act sets fixed trade license fees for specific classifications such as traveling professionals and auto dealers.
Knowing your economic classification and accurately measuring your productive footprint isn't the only factor in your trade license process. You must also consider that there are 4 municipal zones and that your business is located in one of them. Each zone has a different guideline that will affect the rate applied to your trade license fee. As a reminder, the new Trade License Act takes effect on January 1st, 2025. Businesses without a trade license by then are subject to penalties and fees. So we encourage everyone to apply early before the deadline, December 31st, 2024. stay tuned to our next segment where we will answer your key questions. Thank you for watching, and let's build a prosperous Belmopan together.
Pletz Home Builders is the largest house building company in Belize. Pletz combines the best skilled workers, high-grade materials, and the latest technology to produce the highest quality wooden residential structures. Request any size, color, and the home layout you want. Choose from hardwood or painted metal outer walls. Pletz can modify any of their existing house plans to your satisfaction, complete with all the installation services you need anywhere in the country, including ambergris key. They can also lift your house to your desired height up to 9 feet. From properly treated and cured lumber to quality sidings and floorings, let Pletz Home Builders give your home the finish you need. For prices or questions, call 823-0398 or go to www.pletzhomebuilders.com. Pletz Home Builders, we build to suit your needs.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We are in the last week of November. And so November got all kind of surprises, you know, because we got Thanksgiving, we got Garifuna Settlement Day, we have Anne. What's coming up next? We are glad to have Denisha Palacio with us. She is from Courts Belize, a sales representative from Courts Belize. Good morning, Denisha, and welcome to you. So what's the big thing to end off November?
Okay, so we're currently having a Black Friday sale.
Black Friday.
Yes, that started on the 24th to the 30th. So we're having 10% store-wide.
Yeah.
We're having 50% off toys.
Wow.
50% off Christmas decors.
Wow.
And 50% off Radio Shack.
Wow. This is your time right here to get everything you need for deck out your home, office, or whatever it is with Christmas decorations. And then you also said toys are 50% off. I heard that right.
Yes.
And then right across, there's store-wide, there is 10%
for cash
store-wide.
purchases. We also have 30% off for credit purchases.
Okay.
And with the credit purchase, you get free delivery, and you also get the extended warranty, which covers your item for 4 years.
Wow, very good, very good. So the extended warranty is attached on
the credit account.
To the credit account.
And also insurance. So for example, if you're laid off, you're in the hospital, any stuff like that, you can send in a request that, hey, I cannot make this payment, and we can also facilitate that when you're getting the extra protection.
Yeah.
Besides that, we also have TV as low as $299. We have a 85-inch that is going, a 75-inch, sorry, a 85-inch that is going for $2,699.
Wow, wow.
And these are all smart TV as well.
Those are very good prices, Belize. So this is, we have 55 at $799. You imagine that is way below $1,000 now for a 55-inch.
Right, and for a student that is going back
to school.
I want
to go back to the 85. I want to go back. Cool. Do we have picture for the 85?
Yes, we do.
All right, 75. This one says 75.
That's for $21.99, and we also have the 85-inch for $26.99.
My goodness.
And all of these TVs are smart TVs.
Yes.
And you can purchase the extra protection for them.
Wow, $2,699 for an 85 QLED TLC. Belize this is the time.
Right.
One for the master bedroom, right? As well as one for out in your living room.
We also have for students that will be going back to school January. If you're going to UB or you just need a new laptop, we have laptop as low as $499.
Wow, under $500.
Under $500
laptop.
So we encourage customers to come over and take advantage of these deals. We have 30% off credit. We also have 20% off credit. These are different brackets, and then we have 15% off. When you purchase on credit, you start paying until January, so you could enjoy your Christmas and start paying until January. Also, one of the things that we implemented is that if you choose to pay on a payment plan, after 6 months you can get a payment pass. So that is
which means that you get a break, like
you
just
get a
in
break,
case
yes.
something happen or whatsoever.
So you get that offer on the payment plan. So we encourage customers to come over and take advantage of all these promotions that we have going on from the 24th to the 30th.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, Belize, because I know over in United States they have Black Friday, and that's coming up because I saw the ads there. So this is you can actually, instead of just in a Creole we used to have a word that says shula. I don't know if you're familiar with the word shula.
No.
Man, she don't know what the shula is. I wonder if anybody in this office know what the shula, right? Somebody know what the shula. Shula, like when you watch, you know what a baba? Shula, when you watch something but you can't participate, right? That's what they watch. When you watch. And that's what we used to do with America when then they have for them Black Fridays. Courts give you the opportunity right here to enjoy these wonderful savings.
You don't have to watch, because you could come and shop with no cash.
Exactly.
Until January. The requirements are basically just a recent job letter or 2 recent pay slips, along with your social and a recent utility bill. And we also cater for the informal customers that are self-employed.
Very good.
For example, if you're a tacos lady, a taxi man, you can also qualify for higher purchase.
That's why they send you, That's why they send you. So everybody can participate, whether you are employed or you are self-employed. You can be a part of Black Friday. And we call it Black Friday, but you notice that on the
24th to the
30th. So it's on already. This is the month-end November sale.
And it's the right time to get like your Christmas decors, because 19th done gone, could get in the mood. So you can definitely stop by. We're having 50% across the board for every Christmas decor, that is from trees to balls, every single thing.
We celebrate that yesterday, the after 19th start of December. And what a beautiful time to get your decorations for Christmas at 50% discount. And I notice people, they go shop for Christmas tree.
Right.
And I buy my Christmas tree. I buy my Christmas tree Friday. So I got no decorations.
And then like every Christmas, well, the Belizean culture is that it's time to paint, or it's time to just get in new furniture or stuff like that. We have L-shaped chairs as low as $12.99.
Right. Let's get those photographs.
So if you want to change your living space, you can definitely stop by. We have one for $12.99. We have one for $16.99. We have dining table as low as $25.99 as well. We have the bed sets, cheap. It's like it's the best time to shop. I remember growing up, I could know when Christmas may come, because everything in the house smell new.
Yeah.
The paint, the mali, the furniture, everything is new. So this is the time for you to shop. We also have mattress as low as $5.99.
Yeah.
$5.99 for a queen mattress. So definitely it's the time to come over and shop. And all these items you can also get on a credit purchase, and you can also get the discount that is applied on cash as well.
Man, these are great prices that we are looking at, Belize. They are great prices, and of course available across the country.
Yes,
Of course, we plug Belmopan because we are from here, and the people who come in to promote courts are from here and working here in Belmopan. But we know that we also serve a national viewership. So, you could drive to Belmopan if you want.
You can, and then you'll see me. And most definitely I'll take care of you. That's not a problem. We also have 24 hours approval. So if you come in today, you're a new customer, within 24 hours you can get your item.
Good to go.
Yes.
All right.
And the thing is, you get to enjoy it and then pay until January. So you'll definitely have your ham and turkey money.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing too, because maybe they have a lot of different commitments, but you still you will have the money. But you want to spend a little bit on Christmas extras right now, so the payments for the payment plan begin in January.
And then we also have flexible payment plans, so you can choose which one.
And January mean
like
end of January, 1st of January?
For example, like if you come in within this week, then the payment will be ending of January.
Okay.
So you have basically 2 months to save to start your payment.
Very good.
Yeah, so that's all we're having this week here at Courts, and we encourage customers to come out and shop.
Man, this is absolutely good. So toys 50%, because if I could remember right, toys 50%, and then did we say Christmas decoration at 50%?
Yes,
or
we
give
did.
that way?
We did.
Practically give away, all right. And then there's 30% on the
credit.
The credit plan, and then some are 20,
some are 20, some are 25.
25.
So every aspect has a discount. So for example, for you to get the 30% off, you need to spend 2,000 and above. For you to get 25, you need to be 1,000 to 1,999. And then you still get 20% if you spend $250 to $99, 20% off.
Yeah.
And then on cash, if you choose to purchase cash, it's 10% off any other aspect if it doesn't have a bigger discount.
Right.
But like I mentioned, we have in the store, we have fridges low as $11.99. We have stove as $6.99, really cheap.
Yeah. So the more you spend, the bigger the
discount.
bigger the discount.
So we encourage you to come in and spend.
All right, excellent. Well, it's a pleasure having you. And I mean, I call it Black Friday, but you don't call it Courts Black.
Well, it's our Black Friday, but we give the customer a longer period of time to shop. So like I mentioned, it starts from the 24th to the 30th.
Yeah.
So if you can't make it today, you could come tomorrow. You know, you have until the 30th to take advantage of these deals that we have going on.
Yeah. I think in America, after Black Friday, they have like a Cyber Monday, which is the online. But you guys have stretched it out where Belizeans can enjoy Black Friday prices. Even right now, they can go in because they started yesterday, all the way through to the end of the month. So make the house not just smell a cake and turkey, it will also smell a new thing too.
Right, exactly. And then you don't need to pay until January. So that's the good part. You can definitely enjoy your Christmas.
It's interesting, you know, Belize, we got barrel smell when things come from States.
True,
we got court smell, right? We got Christmas smell, that kind of smell. So that's the beauty of our Belizean culture and what Courts adds to Belize. We add and we make your pocket still have something left behind while you're enjoying those products. Right. So you pay as you are using, you pay as you go, and because it's the end of the year, no payments until January. So we want all our viewers to go in and shop. We see a lot more things we never talk about.
A lot more deals, lot more. We have AKT scooter for only $22.99. There's so much deal happening, guys. You guys could definitely stop in and take advantage of all the deals. Every other aspect has a discount.
All right. Thank you so very much, Anisha, for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday morning, bringing good news to
before I go, I have to tell my
viewers.
Big up my mom, because she tune in every single day.
Wow.
And she all the way to LA, so.
Morning, ma.
Yes. She can't stand a big up at this time.
Yes. Enjoy your day. We'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine on Plus TV. We'll be right back.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize.
Pletz Home Builders is the largest house building company in Belize. Pletz combines the best skilled workers, high-grade materials, and the latest technology to produce the highest quality wooden residential structures. Request any size, color, and the home layout you want. Choose from hardwood or painted metal outer walls. Pletz can modify any of their existing house plans to your satisfaction, complete with all the installation services you need anywhere in the country, including ambergris key. They can also lift your house to your desired height up to 9 feet. From properly treated and cured lumber to quality sidings and floorings, let Pletz Home Builders give your home the finish you need. For prices or questions, call 823-0398 or go to www.pletzhomebuilders.com. Pletz Home Builders, we build to suit your needs.
It is truly an honor to join everyone here today for the final forum of the Engaging Men and Boys to Advance Gender Equality and Help Prevent Gender-Based Violence project.
And so I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the office of this special envoy in including males in this conversation of domestic violence. Because often we know that this has been a taboo subject. We don't want to discuss it publicly, but I think that with the work that is going on through the office of the special envoy, we have to debate it, we have to give it the public discourse that it so requires.
We are here because we must confront hard truths. Domestic violence is rampant in our communities, and it must end. Attitudes can change, that cultural traditions that are harmful can change. We don't have to stick to them because they were passed on to us.
This 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, your Belize City Council has taken early and decisive action to help mitigate the impacts of flooding. While our works and sanitation teams have long been preparing, this year we expanded our efforts through the CMO Flood Mitigation Cleanup Campaign, allowing us to simultaneously target 6 flood-prone zones with enhanced coordination and additional manpower. This effort included clearing drains, removing debris, flushing critical points with vacuum trucks, and raising awareness on both sanitation and disaster preparedness in the Freetown Road, Queen Street, Dean Street, King Street, Berkeley Street, and Pound Yard areas.
Most of Belize City lies at or below sea level, which means that flooding is not always avoidable. But with the right planning and participation, its impact can be reduced.
While our efforts have prioritized these high-risk zones, we want to reassure residents that drainage works are also being carried out across other parts of the city as part of our ongoing maintenance plan.
We understand the risks that come with every hurricane season. That's why we've taken a proactive approach, investing in real underground work to keep our residents safe. This is more than a seasonal response. It's part of our broader flood mitigation and disaster readiness strategy. Because building a safe, resilient city is a year-round commitment.
Our approach is targeted. We have mapped high-risk areas and are clearing them systematically. This isn't just storm prep, it's essential city maintenance.
We've seen the damage that flooding can cause. We've seen that preparation matters. When both residents and council do their part, we make Belize City better prepared for whatever the season brings.
Beyond infrastructure, this is a call to civic responsibility. We're encouraging residents to work with us.
I know that the rainy season is about to come, and whenever it rains, this whole area, the water stuck and stay here because the drain clog, and all the water need is a little path for it to run to find a way out. So I realize the people are not take care right. I try to at least find a way for the water run out because it affect me tremendously.
Help keep drains clear, dispose of waste properly, and stay alert as we navigate the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season together.
Each and everyone aware that owns a property and have a property, we should maintain the drainage. We should maintain our yard, you know, that's basic.
And there's nothing wrong in maintaining the yard. We get up every day for grass. I pick up, I keep my rake, I keep my stone there in order. We're hard in that.
Mitigation starts at home. Every household should be ready. Know where your nearest shelter is. Help to keep the drains around your property clear. Prepare an emergency kit and make sure your family knows what to do. These simple steps can help reduce the risk during any weather events this season.
Remember, stay current with information being shared by our CMO unit, NEMO, and the Belize Meteorological Service.
Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale. from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya, living in peace. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me Sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me Sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna, Mestizo and Maya.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in our third segment and our main segment for this morning. Just in the last segment, we had courts discussing the Black Friday. Well, it's Black Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and next week, in a sense, the last week of the month, and the deals are very, very good. America have Black Friday. Kerm, good morning. Kerm joins me for this. Of course, it's Tuesday morning, and he's here, but missed the first segment. But we're glad to have you.
Yeah, it's Black Friday, so I guess there's gonna be some good deals. We'll be shopping.
A lot of deals out right now, and so courts tag on to the American Black Friday. When is Thanksgiving? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. It always falls on a Thursday, right?
The last Thursday in November, I think it is.
Yeah, last Thursday of November is is Thanksgiving. So I thought it was like a date or so, but it's a day, not a date.
I think it's a day.
Okay.
So I have not done it, but I think it's a day from my.
So I guess they move from Thanksgiving Thursday to Black Friday, and then Cyber Monday. But that's Americans know how to do business. They know how to make money, right?
Louis, you know, it's even talking about Thanksgiving, you know, just as we look through life, you know, just want to encourage people to be thankful for life, because man, sometimes you're hearing all of these terrible news about people's illness, you know, and chronic illness, you know, and really, really difficult. And you keep hearing this more and more. And we were talking earlier about the vegetables coming from Mexico, and one of the things I observed, Louis, and very much concerns me is when you look at the Belizean vegetables and the Mexican one, night and day difference. And I believe that because and it's sprayed in there like
no insect one go
everything.
No even fly. They said no even fly around the Mexican vegetables. We have a caller. Let's take this call. Caller, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Don Hector.
Morning, Don Hector.
Up to now, only PlusTV has given an opportunity to bring out the truth about the Guatemala case. Only PlusTV, there has been a force trying to hide away from the people the truth. I would have to paint my head yellow, my eyes green or blue, for Belizeans to understand what I am trying to tell them. I have been privy of this Guatemalan claim way back, even from when Melchor was fireborn and planted a piedra. Now, listen, 1859 to 1934, everything was clear. The border markers were put, 3 border markers, and agreed by Guatemala, it is in writing, that this was going to be the final borders of Belize separated from Guatemala. Because the Belize borders actually extended far into Petén. There are maps that show you Belize way up by those Maya ruins, famous Maya ruins there of Petén. But they agreed not to go that way, but to cut it from Gracias a Dios, Garbon Falls, Tres Banderas, or the place by Orange Walk. No. Between 1934, when the borders were brought to 1946, everything was fine. Guatemala was happy, and there was no problem. 1946, Guatemalans elected a dictator president by the name of Don Jorge Ubico. He was a rough president of Guatemala. And the first thing he did, 1946, I do not recognize the 1859 treaty. That was his statement. I do not, and Belize es nuestro. 1946. Then the same president began to stir trouble that they would take over Belize. In 1948, the British sent the first contingent of soldiers, and they stationed right there by the cemetery in Salinas. They were called Inishkilings. And they were brought here because of this crazy man that was inciting the people to take over Belize por la razón o por la fuerza. The British told them, claim, you have no claim. A British top lawyer came to address us when we got self-government. And he said, Guatemala's case is claim is unfounded. And he went to chapter 7 of the Anglo-Guatemalan Agreement, Chapter 7, and that's the only chapter that Guatemala has to claim Belize. And if you read Chapter 7 of the agreement, it was what that it says.
Article 7.
And the Republic of Guatemala agreed to build a road between the sea, Belize, and Guatemala. He said, and if they do not build the road, use the existing rivers. That is clear. Or use the existing rivers. Our lawyers have betrayed Belize badly, and politicians likewise. They have neglected to see Chapter 7. There is something happening very, very fishy why our lawyers, politicians have not been sticking to what the British member of parliament, top lawyer, told us. Guatemala has no claim. Based upon that, George Price began strongly saying the Guatemalan claim is unfounded. The Guatemalan claim is unfounded. 1968, they went to Puerto Rico. Golson went with them. And on that conference was when the British and the Americans told George, the leader of the delegation, why don't you give that portion between Temash and Sarsoon? And the claim is finished. George Price said, we shall not surrender, not even 1 square centimeter, not inch, centimeter of land to anybody. And Golson who sat there and another made of grass. That was the end of that story. But in came the Trojan party, and they began to fool the Venetian people that Guatemala had a claim. And then the 16 heads of agreement came in, betrayal of our independence that we were going to celebrate 6 months after. And this is the whole darn thing, and it seems that Venetians cannot understand yet this serious betrayal, I call it, that we are at the ICJ. So for the people to know, some say, don't forget, man, that is the part that's the part. That's the cause of the problem. Venetians don't know it. I have questioned intelligent people, professionals, and they don't know what about Article 7. And they don't want to hear about Article 7. This is our disgrace. I hope I am still alive when that verdict will be given by the ICJ, because Honduras entered into the picture. And next it will be Nicaragua, because Nicaragua used to kick from their kings at St. John's Cathedral. So Nicaragua might have a claim, because actually 2,000 out of them came from what you call White Castle or Mesquite.
Mesquite, yeah, Mesquite.
And Mexico is sitting down waiting to see what will happen, because they said, if Guatemala gets a part, I will claim back my territory, which I gave to the British conditional from the 17th parallel, which is right here near to the drug border, up to the Honduras that belongs to Mexico. So there we are in the common, but I blame and I accuse the politicians and the lawyers and some of the media that have not heeded to tell the people what I have told you all, because it's black and white. So, Pastor Wade and Con, thank you very much. I think this might be my last statement on this matter, because I am about to retire, I have to get out and take my sabbatical. So I leave you with that, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, and you can't take any sabbatical right now. We rest when we go home. Don Hector is the longest living political figure as it relates to the fight for independence. He has sat as senator, practically every post in government except prime minister, of course. And we respect his deliberations when he called into us. But Kerm, as Don Hector spoke, I visited one of such pillars of demarcation. So all the way behind Spanish Lookout. So it's not only Garbutt Falls, it's not only Sarstoon and Rio Hondo and so on that demarcate us and separate us from Mexico or Guatemala. There are these pillars that had been marked out, and as he said, if we take a look at the way how could we pull up that Google map again, and we will go north instead. You will see how there is a clear line. There is a line that they keep it clean between Belize and Guatemala. Sorry, between Mexico and Guatemala. So if the Rio Hondo River only separates Belize and Mexico up to a point, but then it meets Guatemala, and you will see that it's cleared. Can we pull that up, please? And what Don Hector is saying, that the Belize one was clear like that as well. So we will go north now. Let's go north. Let's go north. So let's go up. Go up to Corozal. We're going to look all the way up. You're there at Belize City right now. Go up. Right, so let's see where, okay, right there. Zoom in now to the we're giving our technician a history lesson to go up more. That's Sarteneja, that's Belize, that's Corozal Bay. Go up, and go left, yeah. All right, right there, see Chatamal at the top. Let's pull the map across, very good. No, okay, very good. So see the Sarstoon River, go in, zoom in. Subteniente Lopez is Guatemala, right? And then see our free zone there. Subteniente Lopez is in Mexico. Is in Mexico, yeah. But Subteniente Lopez is closer to Belize than Chatamal. Okay, so there is the Sarstoon River, Hondo River, and you can see that the line is drawn through the middle of the river. You could see it right there. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go towards your left. Is that the correct? Yeah. So let's cut. You can see the border there. See the border, and you can see it go down, continue, and see the border, and it follows the Hondo River. Right. So that's still the separation between Belize and Guatemala. Let's continue. Let's continue along that border. You have much more to go, yes. See there, these are some of the places where the narco traffickers and so send their stuff over. But Belize and Mexico, we have the Rio Hondo, so that's fine. All right. So let's continue. Let's follow that river right there. See how close San Victor is to the border, yeah. Continue. We will see where the three countries, more or less where the three countries meet. Continue. You see the difference between Santa Cruz right there, and it's so very close. Yeah. Continue on. So you're seeing Belize, Mexico, Belize, Mexico. Let's go a little faster so that we can see. Could we zoom out just in case I missed the line going straight down? Zoom out a little, yeah, then it goes back up, because there's Blue Creek. See how close Blue Creek, and that's one of the points as well too. Yeah, one of the trouble points right there. Right, because you can see the Belize side, continue on, Tres Lagos, is it Tres Lagos, Tres Leguas? But the Blue Creek area, that's another very high point. Aha, now let's zoom in right there. No, go more. But you see how big Blue Creek and how they developed that whole area, Kerm. Now we zoom in right there now. No, the border, you will see the border. See, it goes straight down. Yeah. See there? Right, so that's where, that's where the natural line, breaks from the river, right? And then you will get a straight line between Belize and Mexico. Straight line, then come down, right there. Yeah, right, that's the point right there where Belize separates with Mexico. So at this point, Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico meet right at that point. And there are markers there. And then coming down, you see how the line changed from solid to dotted? Mm-hmm. See? That never used to be like that curve. That is when we said yes to the ICJ.
Oh, okay.
See there? When you look at the solid line, and then it breaks. So today, Belize is arguing, making oral arguments against Honduras because of what's happened. But if we zoom into the Mexico-Guatemala line, could we zoom in now? Let's see if we can zoom in and we can try to see the zoom in. All right. See the line? See it right there?
Yeah.
You see it? Go in.
You can see
go in.
Cleared.
Go in. See it right there?
Yep, it's cleared.
See what we're showing you there? And see the markers?
Yep.
See the lines? See? Belize had that with Guatemala. We are the ones who don't keep it clean.
Yeah.
So we should have kept it clean. See Belize and see that's Mexico and Guatemala. You can clearly see that they keep the boundary clean, so that no one can have a error or a mistake. And then let's zoom back out, zoom out a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. See the white markers, tip. You see the white, right? See them like that right there, right? Okay, let's zoom out some more. But you will see between Belize and that line just continues on. All right. Now let's go to the Belize side, and Belize used to have that, and that's what all those. I've visited markers like that. Yeah. Kerm, I've visited markers like that between Belize and Guatemala.
See, there's one right there before the dotted line.
Correct. Go in, zoom in, right there. Right. See that marker right there, and then go down, and you will see no clearing. No clearing, see there?
Yeah.
No clearing. You could see it right there. And so what Don Hector is saying is that there used to be clearing, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like we step back. We are the ones who step back and now bring it to a situation where international people now, international court will be deciding where the borders will really be. So it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone, right? So we can't see those pillars because the vegetation has now covered everything, but the pillars are there. Maybe not all the pillars because we didn't maintain it, but I visited all the way behind Spanish Lookout. Could we zoom back out? If we could zoom back out. Zoom back out, like really out till we come down to like the Cayo area or something like that. It's going to be till we see like Spanish Lookout or something like that. Yeah. So if we could zoom back towards I can see Spanish Lookout already. Right there, that's Spanish Lookout. See, you notice Blue Creek and Spanish Lookout, they have used up tremendous amounts of land. You see that, right, Kerm?
Yeah.
You see it? They go all the way right to the border. All right, so right where your arrow is right now, let's zoom in on that area right there. And
These areas are very porous because they have large Hispanic communities.
Yeah.
You know? And man, it just makes you wonder sometimes if I ask myself if Hispanic people don't like the place where God gives them to live? Honestly, I ask myself that because,
well, that's
gosh, it's crazy.
That's the problem with corruption.
Yeah.
And the oligarchs that exist in Guatemala and Honduras. So I think most of the land are owned by 5 families or something like that in Guatemala.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of corruption. When you own that much land and authority and power, you start to control the government itself.
Yeah.
So these people want to go live now in America. They want to come live in Belize, and we are the safe democratic havens. And then they experiment with socialism and all of these things, no?
So we in Belize have to be careful, you know?
Yeah.
We have to be careful that our country does not become like that.
Yeah. So something like this, you see in that particular area of Petén, they preserve their forests.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
look at our side.
Our side has a lot of agriculture. You could see the difference that they are protecting their forests. Meanwhile, these are all Mennonite locations on the other side. That's Spanish Lookout. All those black things look like water holes or something like that. Those black dots look like water holes. I zoom out though because it used to look the opposite way around, where the Belize side looked green and the Guatemalan side looked like that. Zoom out. Okay, go south there. Let me see. Zoom out some more. I think we're still too. Map is right there. Go down now. Go down. Okay. Can you see the difference here now, where the Belize side is green, where we are protecting, I think,
probably in the
Chiquibull Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve, etc. But you can see the incursions that Guatemala has.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But why that incursion happened? Because we never kept the line. We never kept the line clean.
Yeah.
If we would have kept the line clean, it's not that they don't know they're in a Belize, they just take advantage of it because of various reasons. Right, so let's zoom in. See there? So all of those are incursions. And when we started this argument with Guatemala for yes or no to the ICJ, it didn't look as bad as it looks now. So in a sense, I would argue that Guatemalans became far more aggressive after we said yes to the ICJ. Yeah.
I think with it was a bipartisan.
Well, it was a vote, and the people voted yes.
And so our leaders were telling us this is the only way forward, and then the people started to believe, you know. And I know, man. I don't know, Louis. What do we do, man? Like.
Well, the Bible said, "Don't rush to go to court, settle the matter." I could recall sitting right here and reading that passage of scripture. You know, the Bible says, "Go directly to the person and negotiate," right? Because it said, when they put it in the hand of a judge, you do not know.
Yeah. Vote, yes
right?
or no.
But all the experts were talking like they knew how these judges are going to vote, and it's kind of like Miss Universe.
Wow,
right?
That whole next big topic. Corruption even in Miss Universe.
Exactly. I believe Bella represented the very best of what Belize has ever sent. Belize put forward.
She surely did, and
yeah.
You know, I'm sure you're following the news. This thing was on CNN with the judges who came forward, and they said that the contest was rigged.
Yeah.
It was rigged because there's some business transaction between
the family of the winner from Mexico and the owners of Miss Universe.
And so, you know, it tells you about the power of corruption, Louis, when you leave things unchecked.
So it makes you wonder if that argument and quarrel with Miss Mexico that occurred early in the preliminaries, whether it was staged or...
I felt that way. When I saw that thing, I felt, I wonder if this is staged.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's staged, you know.
Yeah.
And man, but you know,
but Bella, I need to congratulate Bella for her stellar work.
Of course.
I mean, I'm definitely not into pageants until Bella.
Yeah.
And she was such a natural, beautiful, very bright. I mean,
humble.
I was captivated by the way she answered the questions and her sense of confidence.
Yeah.
When I had the opportunity to go to Belize City at the unveiling of some of her, some of the costumes and dresses, gowns, and so on that she would be wearing, and I was instantly blown away, Kerm. Not just by her beauty and her presence, but the
eloquence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the knowledge, the information, like. I felt really good for Belize, for us as Christians, for her family, for our future. You know, because she is a Christian, she is a believer. She's not afraid of saying who she is, and it's so natural. It's not. It's not like she's acting or anything like that. Like I'm really impressed with Bella, and she's been, in a sense, from she was 11 years old. That's what I was told. You know that, well, from a child, she said, you know, I would one day want to represent. And it's awesome preparation I went through. I don't think any other person went through that kind of preparation that she's been getting from.
Louis, you know, when I saw the pageant, the Miss Universe, I told my wife, I said, that is one of the reasons why we do the GLS. Because it's one thing to stand on a stage in Belize, but when you are preparing for the international
big
stage,
leagues,
it's different.
Yeah.
And I know in the GLS we talk about people who are performers, and then we talk about people who are the world ultra performers. It's 5 different things.
Yes.
Different preparation. And so I was thinking about one of the professors who taught last year, and she was talking about some of the principles that the ultra performers use, and she was talking about the importance of how do you conserve your energy, because you see, we live in a world today that is so toxic, it's so negative. You feel like a downward gravitation and pull
they're pulling you down.
That's right, towards moving forward and doing something amazing with your life. There's this pull. It looks impossible all along the way, and if you are going to be able to bypass those things and make it through, then you will have to be trained differently. And that's one of the things that was talked about last year in the summit, you know. And so when I was looking at it, I told my wife, I said, this remind me as to one of the reasons why we do, because, you know, we teach, Louis, that it matters who train you. You know? And I give people an example. If Michael Jordan trained a basketball team, La Belle Mopan, and I train one, which team you think can win?
Yeah, Michael Jordan team.
Okay.
Beat your bad.
Okay.
And he's not playing. he's not playing.
Right?
He's just coaching.
Right. And so people in Belize have lost, in my view, the significance and importance of being trained, and not just being trained, because we teach about the journey of transformation. It's a journey. You gotta keep developing yourself as a person. You gotta keep changing what needs to be changed and adjusting what needs to be adjusted. And so, you know, Patrick Lencioni, when he talks about the ideal team player, one of the virtues he says is you have to stay hungry. He talks about being humble, hungry, and smart. You have to stay hungry to grow, hungry to develop yourself, hungry to learn. And I know we are surrounded by so much negative, Louis, but there is a way out. You know? Strive Masawiya, this guy from Africa, I don't know if you remember his presentation.
Last year, he's one of the top 10 wealthiest. Nigerian.
He's one of the world's largest philanthropists.
You brought him to Belize, girl?
No, that was Dr. Sam.
Sorry.
He's amazing too. He's moving things in
He's one of the top
Nigeria.
10.
He's in Forbes. This guy is powerful, right? Strive, put together a company, Louis, by the name of Econet.
That's a telecommunications. Yes, I remember the presentation.
And he talked about the government had monopoly on telecommunications and very, very corrupt in Africa. And he had to go challenge the government, and the government said, no, we're not change it. So he took them to court. And when they took the government to court, well, of course, every weekend he spent in prison because the government was serious about it. We're going to persecute you, right? But when the day of the court came, he won. And boom, the law fell. So it was open market. And he talked about getting investors. This man put fiber optic from the north tip to the south tip of the African continent. Think about something like that. That's remarkable. Louis, this is one of the things that drive me, that drive you as we sit here, because all we seek to talk about is how we can address issues to make the lives of Belizeans better.
Correct.
The things that we're tackling, the issues of the day, whether it's corruption, whether it's lack of opportunities, whatever it is to address the issues that affects the Belizean young man, young woman, company, family from thriving. That's why we're here. That's why we speak every day on these shows. And so we want Belizeans to understand, even in a time when we're saying we are celebrating Thanksgiving, let's give thanks to what we have, because, you know, Louis, we could become negative, you know. We could start feel like, you know, look good and start, you know, start to shut down. But Pastor Scott was preaching Sunday, and he was talking about when Jesus took the fish and the bread and they multiplied it. He said, if that meant he made the crowd, oh God, five. What did Jesus do? Jesus gave thanks. He gave thanks. He looked at the thing and he said, Father, I thank you. He gave thanks what he had, and then boom, it multiplied. So giving thanks, as we're in this season, it's Thanksgiving, which have become very
internationalized.
Right? We have to give thanks in the midst of our adversities, our challenges. I think our Jesus would want us to do. Let's look at the glass half full. Things hard, things tough, things challenging, we understand. And we gotta challenge our government to do better, because they can, because they're very competent. Who could tell me our government not competent? They're very competent. We gotta challenge them to do better. And challenge the nation to do better. That we will have, that we'll be able to grow in every aspect of our lives and our economies.
Grow the pie.
Yes. Share the pie and grow the pie, you know.
But Bella, she kept a very, very, very positive disposition, even after not being in the top 30, etc.
That's right.
And yes, I haven't, as I said, she was able to get me to watch these pageants and to follow practically every day when since she left Belize. And very proud of her, very proud of her family and the team and what they were able to accomplish. I'm sure that she made a mark,
of course,
in the world. She made a mark in the pageant world without doubt. And yes, there were a lot of scandals, and the accusation of being rigged. I think Miss Côte d'Ivoire, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. She came in second, right, or what we call runner-up.
She got the first runner-up.
First runner-up.
But she was voted as one of the persons who was
slated to win. And I think that was the general sentiment in the audience as well. But she stepped down. She has stepped down. She has given up her crown.
Really?
From her country, yes. She gave up her crown from her country.
Wow.
Yes. So she is no longer Miss Côte d'Ivoire. Somebody will correct my pronunciation.
Why did she do that? I didn't follow the story.
Because she felt so cheated.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she felt so cheated. So that happened like over the weekend, over the weekend it happened.
So she's making a statement.
She's making a statement. She's making a statement. So the controversy is not over for Miss Universe. So unfortunately, this is the year that Bella represented Belize, a year where they are saying that it was concocted, interfered with, etc., etc. And I like when I saw Miss Mexico win, I said, boy, this is directly connected to what happened in that room. You cannot get me to separate myself from what happened in that room, because that was that event was live streamed, so it happened live. Nobody makes those kinds of mistakes on international stage. And then it's an event. I could understand something happened in a back room or in a corridor or something like that. For it to happen being live streamed, I was like, from the very like, there's certain things that puzzle you until it reveals itself down the road. And so, but hats off to Bella and the team, and she's kept her composure. She, you know, actually she was right beside Miss Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, helping to dub and that picture went viral internationally. With Miss Belize right there showing compassion. And as I said, that was just her. That's nothing.
It's who they are. That's the family.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Family.
So hats off. Yeah, but I believe Belize has a bright future with people like that, with people like Bella. And Bella is, you could see that Bella was also internationally trained, internationally exposed. She did some modeling. She went to Israel, working with Palestinians and Israelis to create peace. Like that really hit me.
She went and she did
I very saw deliberate life.
She did some training in public speaking as well.
Communication. She's doing her master's degree in communication. And again, like you could tell that immediately. Immediately I could tell right there. I said, all right. And then when she said, okay, master's in communication, I'm like, So I very, very, very highly impressed.
She was well trained, Louis. And again, like I say in GLS, we always say, it matter who train you, and that's how we try to get good trainers, best trainers.
That was very clear, and that's a problem with football. That's a problem with some of the sports and so on. That we are not investing in training, and you have to invest in people. There's raw talent, but raw talent has to be refined. Raw talent will only take you so. Raw talent will only take you so far. There has to be the training, and of course GLS is coming up again
January.
In January, yes, but registration is already open.
Oh yes, we have a lot of people registered already.
People can start registering. Sharpen your skills, iron, sharpen iron. Those who are successful know that it takes continued training and
development.
To be able to remain, because the world is constantly changing. New things are being discovered, and it's not just minerals and gold and silver that's being discovered. The way of the world as well, the natural laws, if we could put it, there are laws for success. My first book that I read on leadership was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Powerful.
Set me up to the next level.
That's really good. The law of the rubber band, the law of the lid, the law of the ladder.
That's correct.
Listen, make you really think.
Momentum, momentum, the big MO.
And so, we want, man, Louis, it's upstream, but just encouraging the audience out there. We have to keep pushing for higher standards. Some people don't like Donald Trump. But Donald Trump, they pushes some high standards, in my view, to bring order in the world. We see him fighting the drugs war. We see him immigration issues, make MAGA. I don't know if you saw the interview last week with him and the new mayor of New York.
That was very good and interesting. And it shows you how unpredictable Donald Trump can be, and that he respects success.
That's right.
Right, because Mandami came from I thought that meeting was going to be a disaster. That is like if you would put my money down, I say this is not going to go down well. And then I did see that interview because the press now was coming in for the kill when they talk about fascism, and they know that these two have spoken against each other, and the press was coming for the kill, Kerm.
Yeah.
And Trump, man, I was impressed.
That's right. He pivoted. I think it's kind of like it's good to the pressure of the press.
Yeah.
Because I think he realized that he was elected on the basis of fixing the economy and lowering prices, inflation.
Yeah. Which is a real issue for New Yorkers, because remember, one of the things that Trump did when he came in was because he began to drill, he reduced the price of fuel. And by reducing the price of fuel, he kept inflation at bay. So inflation is at bay in the United States, but in some of these democratic cities, including New York, inflation is through the roof.
Yeah.
Through the roof.
Yeah, so I think he used that opportunity to pivot.
That was very
Sometimes
smart.
you have to cross aisles,
That was very smart,
It was very smart for the
very,
greater
very
good, because
smart.
it put him back on a political, in a very clear political direction. That, you know what, if I do not fix inflation and the economy better, the chances of the Republicans being re-elected is very slim.
But if he also, if he directly attacks Mandami, New York suffers.
That's right.
New York suffers. You see, so I think there's an agreement on the issue of affordability. How the details are going to work out, because this free stuff can't work, socialism can't work. But by coming alongside this individual, and you see that a lot, because you can see Johnny Briceño and Tracy Panton, both honorables, in the House. They're going at it in the House. They go back and forth, and then even out in the public domain when they discuss either the Budna stuff or the Josemai, and the reshuffling of cabinet. The opposition has to put her foot down, and she has to put those arguments out there, and the Prime Minister is coming with the man drop off of the horse. But 19th of November, they took nice photographs together. They were both at the events, magnanimous and laughing, and they do have that cordial relationship on that personal level.
We see it in the Senate, Louis. You see it in the Senate.
Exactly.
In the Senate, the senators come together. The only the Blees are not there fighting and think that the politicians are enemies.
Exactly.
So I have to stop that. I think we hear the story enough.
Correct.
These guys are friends. They're not enemies.
They converse the differences when the cameras are off, and they find common ground where able. They laugh at each other, even what they say at each other. And there's still an amicable relationship, to the point where, in the example back to Mandami and Trump, as much as it was a poisonous rhetoric in the public, they decided, let's meet.
Because that was the politics of it.
That's the politics of it. No, you
this
have
is
a
the
winner.
leadership side.
This is the leadership side.
Right?
Exactly.
And so he pivoted perfectly, because
absolutely, it was brilliant.
It's win-win. It's win-win. Because the Republicans are going to benefit from this.
Exactly.
Because what would have happened, New York would have become so hostile towards the Republicans, because remember, Donald Trump had already said he's not going to put money in New York. He's not going to support Mandami. And so it was brilliant that he was able to shift like that, recognizing, you know what, this thing could have some negative.
Then they cuss out, the Democrats are cussing out Mandami. They're cussing out Mandami. Meanwhile, Mandami did the right thing, because then he's going to get funding to carry out. He might not be able to carry out all his programs, but once he sets New York on that trajectory, he's ready to move on in politics. As much as I don't agree with his philosophical positions, aligning with Donald Trump, because this is the President of the United States, this is the most powerful person on earth, and you've already said some things, right? You've said some things. That's why Trump touched and said, just say yes. That was the funniest part for me, because the question was loaded. When they say, you have called Trump a fascist, do you still believe, it's like, and Mandami, he's the young politician, but it shows you that Trump is way beyond. He's way beyond. He's way beyond. You just tap him and say yes. Just say yes, which means I accept. Trump is saying I accept You know, that
politics
word was state. I accept the politics of it. It's just politics, and it's time to work. It was like that singular act right there shows the brilliance that Trump is still way ahead.
That's right.
Trump is still way ahead. I was telling some of these. What is 901 kilometers to go? I was telling them, since some of the people who do not like that Belize had the third party agreement with Donald Trump, some people don't like it. Belize went into negotiation with America. Trump is watching this whole thing, you know, don't ever think for a minute that Donald Trump is not watching this agreement that we are having with the United States. We got away from that negotiation with only 10 per year for 2 years, my boy.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I don't care what they say, it was tied to the $225 million. I don't care who says what.
Of course it's tied.
It's tied because Belize is the only country where they freed up the $225 million as the MCC. And the other countries are still struggling for it. Belize get it, and then America comes back and say, okay, there's a favor that I would want you to do. After I don't do a big favor for you.
Of course, I expect something in return.
I want to test you.
Of course.
I want to test you. I just give you a big favor, $225 million. And then I come behind and say, hey, listen, we have a small favor. No strings attached.
We know the string attached. The strings attached. The string hook already.
Exactly. And so I say, you know, the fact that Belize could negotiate with the United States in this third party thing and get only 20 people. And lock it down to 2 years, lock it down to 10. Like that's something commendable. It's something commendable. Right? I said, no. Imagine if Belize had said no. Imagine Belize had said
play hardball.
One play, this leave. One play larger than life. When Trump circle around, the negotiation may be for a different level. And I told the senators, I told not all the senators, but just leave it at, I told the senators, some senators, I said, do you know how Donald Trump got Mar-a-Lago? Do you know how Trump got Mar-a-Lago? Mar-a-Lago was up for sale for $55 million. Only a few people could buy it because it needed a lot of repairs. Mar-a-Lago. And when he went to the committee said, we don't want to sell it to Donald Trump. $55 million is too little. We want more money than that. And Trump said, okay. $55 million? You don't want my $55 million? Donald Trump went and bought the property. Mar-a-Lago is here. There's another property here which had nothing on it. And there is a beautiful sea. The biggest selling point for Mar-a-Lago, it's view Mar-a-Lago, big sea, right? Okay, Donald Trump went and bought the property for like $1 or $2 million in front of Mar-a-Lago, came back to them, tell them, I'm going to build a bigger building in front of Mar-a-Lago.
Decrease your value.
That will decrease your value. You will have no view for the you know how much he bought Mar-a-Lago for after that? $7 million.
Wow. That's brilliance.
That's brilliance. That's a negotiator.
Exactly.
That's a person who is on the top
strategic
of his
negotiator.
He get the place for $7 million, correct? 7 million US. What he offered first was 50 million. And they rejected him. And he was like, okay, you want to play
hardball with me.
You want to play hardball with me. I said, our government did the right thing. Because Trump could have, I'm not saying he would have, but could have, being the master negotiator, come back and say, okay, you don't want 10 for 2 years?
Trump come and say, if that mean me, ask and tell if that mean me. You don't want to take no 10.
I take that 10,000.
You want to take 10,000.
It would be 10,000.
You would have taken 10,000.
Exactly.
So the government did that. It's commendable.
Yes, it's great negotiation against the master negotiator.
Right, because I never been getting no 10 when I have an immigration problem.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? It's an immigration problem.
Right.
And Trump now is not about to have any more immigration problems.
So yeah, there are senators that voted no. Yeah, go ahead and vote no.
Yeah.
Go beat your chest or whatever it is. But this is nation building. This is our national issue. We could easily become international against the most powerful country in the world that wants to be your friend. It's like they want to be your friend. You know.
Yeah.
So it really came down to 10 per year for 2 years, which is 20. I just met 4 refugees just the last weekend. There are 4 of them walking on the street. They have their cards and everything already. They're looking for work, looking for food. As I said, we work with refugees. So I just like, you know, show me your card. You have your card. Okay, let me get some food for you. Once you're legitimate, you're following the process. And I said, so that's 4 right there. Then have nothing to do with the agreement, but they're already in the country because we have an ongoing process. So it's like giving up nothing but getting something
the other
wonderful
side of that coin
in
for me is
return.
I think that the governments have corrupted that thing. Our governments are not innocent of not only harboring, attracting people to come in and use it for a political purpose.
Well, that's the illegal.
They're not refugee. I remember you saying.
Yeah, not a refugee. That's the illegal alien side.
Illegal alien side, right?
That's the illegal alien side.
Because refugee thing is important. You've explained it very well.
Yeah.
I heard
the
talk
fact
about
where
it
we give them papers, give them that thing, that they tell you them illegal.
We give them paper, we give them land.
And then we
give them everything. And we were there. Me can't even get my land papers. And I will try to get my land papers cleared out from a property I have for the last 20 years.
Because you see, once we lose the balance of who we are and you let a large group of people come in, you notice they don't assimilate. When it's a small group, they can assimilate.
That's right.
But when it's a large group, they form their own community.
That's it. So they
and
shift the culture.
They shift the entire culture
of your nation, and that's where we are as a country.
Absolutely.
And our politicians are to be blamed for it. And they cannot say no. And I am there on TV to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say yes. Because it's a fact, it's the truth, and Bleezers don't like it. And if you say the same people come in, Lewis, and they farm in community, now let's say no, we come and bring one different culture people from a different country and put them in there. We want to change that. What do you suppose is going to happen?
Conflict.
It's going to create a conflict.
It's going to create conflict.
People are going to rise up and they're going to say, no, we're not going to support this.
But from the fact that they are large in number, then start to call the politician to come to them.
Exactly.
Like, come here.
Call the shots.
We need land. We need this. We need that.
You better do it.
Yeah. And then the natural born Belizean is still waiting in a line. You see,
all the resources go
because they don't know how we are voted. They think they don't know how we are voted and all these types of stuff. Meanwhile, those people, and it's happening in the United States too, with the Muslim community in Michigan and some of the other
in England,
and so on, right?
So we, I don't know what we are gonna believe. honestly speaking. You know, and I don't know if we wrap up, but
it's nine after 9. Your closing comments. Your closing comments.
Comment that a lot of people in Belize, Louis, I think, are feeling strange feelings, unprecedented, almost like we're living in a time where people feel uncertain about a lot of things. I believe those things are as a result of some of the decisions we're seeing in the public square. Some of the things we hear about, maybe corruption with government, issue with the police department, cool stuff that came out. Like Donald Trump, they talk about Maha, make America healthy again.
The health aspect.
All the conspiracy when they run the vaccine, the food, the outbreak of diseases, Louis, cancers. People are puzzled. Crime. People are shaky. We're living in a time of great uncertainty. And I think that maybe this will be the best way if I close off. I think only the scriptures can really help us, to guide us, to give us a sense of what's really taking place in the world today in this level of great instability. You know, and I made those remarks because first is the awareness. I want people to understand why they're feeling what they're feeling. Because it's one thing for you to be feeling something so strong, but you don't even know why. So that would be my first reason for sharing it, because I think it will help to bring a lot of comfort to people. Say, oh, why are they feeling what they feel? You know, people lose interest, a lot of disinterest in things that people used to be passionate about, love to do. There's a great deal of disinterest, right? And so I'm saying that this morning to just encourage you. What you feel is attached to particular things that has happened in and around you and your community. And you know what? It's important for us to know, because it will help us then to be able to brainstorm how do we move forward. And I think you know, using the scriptures are one of the things we can do. Or prayer life, we can pray about things, because through prayer I understand these things, right, Louis? It is important for us to be a prayerful people. Let's continue to look at our societies and recognize, I think as we all do, that they're crumbling, they're going down, systems are failing, because that is what the Bible said is going to happen. No, should we just stay there and say, oh, well, the Bible says so not do nothing? No, you gotta do something, right? But it's important for us, Louis, to understand why these things are happening and know what decisions we need to make to move forward in a right direction. And I think the only way forward, as far as I can see, I know you agree with me, is for us to have some level of revelation and understanding about what God says, what He's saying pertaining to what's happening, and what the future holds. Because when you know, be better for you in terms of what you need to do in the midst of those difficult processes to move your life forward.
Decision making based upon the Word of God, Judeo-Christian values. That's why we talk Judeo-Christian values in all of these issues, because the heart of God and the principles upon which we built are unshakable and unmovable value systems. Because they're the values of God. It's not that we are brilliant, but we have submitted ourselves to the will of God revealed through His Word. And so for every situation, there is a solution from the Word of God and through the Word of God. So thank you very much for that. It's 30 minutes after 9 and we got to go. God bless you, Belize. See you tomorrow.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef.